Hey everybody, it's Jason back at you with another exciting video. Well, it's a wonderful day here at All-Star Welding, and we've got a little job sitting out here, but I thought I would show it to you. And oh, there's my truck. But let me get turned around here. There we go. So we've got this wood chipper, and there's a joint right here on the chute that we need to repair. And this is owned by Asplund, the tree people, and I do all of the repairs for Asplund um, in this area of their operation. Tractors, bush hogs, chippers, trucks, you name it. It's just the nature of their business. They tear stuff up, and so they rely on me to get these things done. And especially when the hurricane came through, they kept me pretty busy. But so we're going to get this chipper fixed up for them, and let me show you a little bit closer what we got to do. Okay, so what we got to do is this weld right here broke, and that pin is bent. So I'm going to have to cut the pin off right there, take the rest of the pin off, and the pin comes out that way. And I'm going to have to make them a new pin. And I've got to rotate the chute around this way so that I can take it apart. And I got to undo that bolt right there and take that jack off. And seems like a pretty easy repair. It's pretty thin. It's about 1/8 inch or so. But I'm going to have to heat up that tab to bend that back around so that it lines up again with the with that pin. But anyway, so I'm going to get this taken off and get it into the shop so I can work on it. And let's get this thing done. So getting up here and looking at it closer, that weld is broke this side and this side. That's all right. We can get it fixed. All right, so I'm going to have to pull this pin out, take a punch, get it in there, and get the rest of the pin out. So my fear is when I knock this pin out, even though I've got the front supported with that transmission jack, that this is going to try to fall, but it won't go down any further. So I may smash a finger. And if I do, I apologize for what I'm going to say. But I am wearing gloves, so maybe it won't hurt that bad. So it's bent that cotter pin. I have a feeling this thing's fixing to fall. Well, that wasn't too bad. I'm going to have to make a new pin, drill a hole in it for the new cotter pin. As you can see, that got bent up pretty good. All right, so I should be able to go back to the front, take that transmission jack out, and just kind of lower it down off of this part of the chute. I don't know how far up that goes, but we'll see. That thing's pretty heavy. Okay, now that I can see it a little bit closer, it's damaged on all four corners. I'm going to have to heat this up and bang this straight, and I'm going to have to take off a lot of paint. So to make it look a little better, I don't have any orange paint, but I'll probably just tape off the end here, just paint it black, make it look pretty decent. It'll match that. They probably don't care, but I'm not going to let it leave looking all janky. But so let's take care of this. All right, so I've switched over to a rosebud tip on my oxygen and propane setup. And before I heat this up, I just want to point out, for those of you that are curious, this weld right here, little to no penetration on this side, which is obviously why it broke off. Only about half of that weld was actually attached to this piece. The rest is on here. Same with on here, and it wasn't welded on the inside at all. So when I get this heated up and bent over, we'll grind this down, we'll fix these welds, and I'm going to prep and weld the inside also. And I don't know if you can see here on the camera, this front pin right here, that's just a piece of threaded rod with some nuts on it. That was obviously a field repair by them. but it looks kind of Mickey Mouse. So while I'm making a new pin for this, I'll go ahead and just make a new pin for that, and they'll appreciate that when they come pick it up. So what I've got here is my rosebud on my big torch, and let me turn my gases on. I'm going to set my oxygen to about 40, propane on about 10. Ought to heat this thing up pretty well. Oh yeah. Alright. Beautiful. So let me see if I can get a close-up of this for you. So that's where it cracked right there. And that wasn't a very good weld to start with, especially right there and right there. So this can be an easy fix. And like I said, it wasn't welded on the inside at all. So I'm just going to run a bead, maybe like from here to there on all the corners. See, that wasn't welded at all, so I'm going to start maybe here, run it down to there. Just a little bit more to support this corner. And So anyway, that flame took care of that powder coat pretty well. So that'll make it easier to clean up. So I'm going to let this cool down a minute, and I'm going to come back with the grinder, grind this down, get it prepped, ready to weld. And while this is cooling down, I'm going to go make a cup of coffee. And I've just got a 40 grit flat disc on the angle grinder. And I'm going to prep these welds, and I'm going to go ahead and make me a line across here where I'm going to paint it. You may have seen my video the other day about this little band fall saw. They're really nice, and they're made just for occasions like this. If you don't have one of these yet, I highly suggest picking one up. You can see right here, I got into that little corner so easy. Okay, for this I'm going to use the Prime Weld MTS 200. I've got my voltage on about 18, got my wire on about 300, and my gas at about 15. But the MTS 200 will adjust my wire speed to what it thinks I need in just a minute. So there's really no sense in beveling this because it still has a pretty good crack that I got to fill, and it's pretty thin, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so now we're ready for some paint, and while that's drying, I'll make the pins. So I always keep a supply of just solid bar stock in various sizes because I use them a lot. That's going to work perfect for a pin, but I don't have any cotter pins, so I got to run to the hardware store. Luckily, my hardware store is right across the street, and I get to just walk to it. That's pretty handy. It's almost as handy as living next door to a Harbor Freight. That would be ideal. Okay, so our repair's finished. It's been painted. It looks good. Paint's dry. I made the new pins. I made the one for this side. And I went ahead and replaced this one up here that they did out in the field with a piece of threaded rod and some nuts. But they didn't ask me for that. They're not expecting this to be painted. That's just something I do, a little extra. That's what keeps people coming back to me, because I go a little bit beyond. And one of the things I learned, a little saying I learned a long time ago, is under promise, over deliver. Remember that. Under promise, over deliver. Okay, I hope you can hear me. It's pretty windy out here, but I don't know how I'm going to put this back on myself, but we'll see. Look over there on that sawhorse and hand me that hammer. Press the other way. Oh my God. Well, that customer came by just at the right time. That was lucky. It's a lot easier taking this down than it was putting it back up, that's for sure. You don't want to tighten this down all the way because otherwise it won't be able to articulate. Let's see if it lifts it off the... Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now, let me swing this thing back in place. That is awesome. Let me lock this down. This job is finished. Okay, so that was a pretty easy job. That took, well, if I wasn't videoing, probably could have done that in 2 hours, but 2 or 3 hours. Anyway, I was just looking at the clock. So let me give this guy a call. I've got their credit card and number on file, so he can send one of his crews over here to pick it up, and done deal. And I know it's not a very exciting project, but it's typical of what I get in here. You know, like I said, most of my jobs are either in the shop or on site, usually repairs of some kind of machinery, tractor, dump truck, bulldozer, just all kinds of stuff around here. But there's a lot of construction going on, a lot of lots being cleared out of trees to build new neighborhoods. And again, you know, these companies that clear these lots, just, you know, the nature of their business, they tear stuff up, and that's good for me. But anyway, hope you enjoyed watching this. I enjoyed filming it, and I know it's not very exciting, but it's a typical day around my shop. So thanks for watching. Leave a comment. Let me know if I forgot something, or, you know, see if you can get on to me about the trash in my shop. I've been sick, so I haven't really felt like cleaning up. But so it's New Year's Eve. So y'all have fun tonight. Celebrate. Don't celebrate too much, and please don't drink and drive. Use a designated driver or call Uber. You know, $30 Uber ride is better than $3,000 or $4,000 DUI and somebody getting hurt. But y'all be safe, have fun, have a great New Year's, and I hope 2025 is everything that you want it to be.